So now I want to talk about a few things that will help a woman become more sexually confident and free. So we need to do this every day. We need a good diet of what we're feeding ourselves. What are we feeding ourselves? We need to feed ourselves some really good sexual reading material, perhaps watching certain people online or on podcasts that talk about sexuality, because that stimulates us and it feeds us. Now, remember, what we feed will live. What we don't feed will die. So we want to feed ourselves sexual things so we can become more confident. If you're always watching, you know, if you tend to always watch either just fitness people, that's okay, but that's what you're gonna come to be. If you're always watching people, how do I overcome my traumas and how do I overcome this? You know what? Let's get to the place. We've already talked about this, how we overcome our traumas. Are we going to allow the traumas to dominate us, or are we going to allow our sacred chakras and all our chakras to come alive unto the things of sexuality so we can put these traumas behind us and not allow them to affect us in our bed chambers? So we want to feed ourselves sexual things, go into a higher dimension of sexual things rather than the things here on this earth and the things down here that keep us down here. Talk about them, feed them. That we want to go higher and we want to go to a place where the unusual is, where sex can be fun. And the only way that happens is if we give ourselves a good, healthy diet of sexual things to think about, to talk about, to apply to our lives as we get a mentor in our life. Seek out mentors that already are full women in the bed chambers who can teach us something about sexual confident women in the bed chambers. We're going to start learning about sex now because in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, whether you're married, you're single, you're divorced, you're looking to get remarried, you're looking to have a partner, you're looking to have a very fulfilling um, a fulfilling sexual relationship in the bedchamber, you have to feed yourself, and you have to begin now. And it's not when you have an average relationship. It's not when you're okay. Well, when I get married, I'll figure all this out. No, now is the time. Now is the time to get a mentor, to start looking and reading and seeking these things out. So when the time comes, which the time is for most of you, if you're married, the time is now to to apply these things to your life. And I don't want to put down any kind of people that are out there that are teaching you things, but there's a lot of negativity out there. But like I said, what you feed is going to live and come alive, and it's going to be like the seed that goes in that grows and gives birth to this. What you want, what you're seeking, and why you're listening to me right now is because you really desire to have something bigger and greater in your bedroom than you have now. So there's a few things that I want to say that you can do. Okay, so this is what I do. So each and every day, I will look at certain maybe videos to stimulate my mind mentally. I try to learn from them, whatever I'm into, whatever I want to learn, and I'll stimulate my mind, and I'll get that and put that little seed in me. So that will live in me for that moment, whatever I want to learn. I love reading texts that are thousands of years old. The Bible, Song of Solomon. We've written a lot of things. My husband and I have written a lot of things about the Song of Solomon, and we've taught it for 30 years. And it's in the Bible. And some people think it's just, our love relationship between God and man. But no, there's a lot of very sexual, stimulating, arousal meanings in some of those texts. I love to read them, I love to study them. And I believe that I get a lot of revelation that I have taught women in the past, that I continue to teach women about what those passages in Song of Solomon say. Going back to ancient texts that I love to read besides the Bible, I very much enjoy reading about Tantra. Tantra isn't always about sex. It's about the full person, but sex is very much involved. And it comes from Asian ancient secrets, and there's a lot written about it. Back in the day, before they even put things in texts, they would teach one on one from guru to student, and that student became a master, and then that master taught the student, and that's how things came down from generation to generation through thousands of years. And then they started putting things in writing and in script. And there's so many different facets and definitions of tantra today, but it really does encompass the whole woman, the whole person, all the chakras, whether they're open, whether they're closed, and it's engaging in sex back and forth. You can also do tantric upon yourself, which is a beautiful thing. So there's a lot to learn, and it's never ending when it comes to ancient tantra texts that we can learn from, we can read, we can find, you can look up. I can share with you, what those texts are. So Kundalini is another text, another practice that have been introduced to many, many years ago. Some people think that Kundalini is just enlightenment for a moment and then one and done. Now, Kundalini is what I have experienced and what I teach my women, because I've experienced and I continue in it, is I actually can do it actually weekly. Um, Anytime I decide, okay, I'm going to have a Kundalini, I'm going to prepare myself to experience a Kundalini experience with myself, with my husband, to manifest, to go to a higher place. You need to find somebody who's experienced in it, who does experience it on a very frequent basis, to know that it's real and it's not just something that you're experiencing because you're doing movements, involuntary movements, voluntary movements. It is pretty involuntary, and it's like very spiritual, it's very holy. I also have an assortment of in my wardrobe of lingerie for different themes. So, say I'm going to plan something with my husband for the weekend, and then I'll get a theme, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to wear for that theme? So, I'll prepare myself throughout the week for that theme, for that moment. What are we going to do? What am I going to dress like? Am I going to be dominant? Am I going to be submissive? Are we going to switch? Are we going to be like the waves of the sea? We go back and forth. He's dominant, I'm submissive. We go back and forth throughout the night. Am I going to wear pink? Am I going to wear red? Colors mean a lot. God made the colors of the rainbow. They mean something. And like red is very fire and vibrant and very bold. Pink and white are very submissive. Black is extremely dominant. Um, all the other colors, just fun, 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 fun. And so choose your colors, choose your lingerie, choose your theme. When I say I have an assortment of lingerie, and to say, okay, I'm going to have a theme. To put your theme together, first thing you do, I'm going to have my theme. What color am I going to do? Love black, love white. So if I want to go with black, okay. So I'm going to start with, my first outfit, and then I'm going to add shoes or boots, stockings, no stockings, gloves, maybe some no gloves, leather gloves, lace gloves. What are you feeling like? What do you feel like that night? Um, Rings, jewelry, hair, perhaps a mask, no mask, perhaps some very, very deep, deep, sensual eyes, makeup, lots of makeup. I would say soft makeup if you want to be more on the submissive side. Um, and what else? Jewelry plays a part. And also oils, perfumes. What do you want to smell like that night? Aphrodisiacs. So it's not just all about, what I'm putting on. I'm putting on everything. I'm putting on the spirit of who I want to become and who I want to be and how I want to my theme to play out throughout the night. And it's putting on that spirit. So whatever I pick and whatever I choose, when I choose to become submissive, I put on my submission. If I choose to become dominant, I put on my dominance. I choose on that spirit and I encompass myself with all that. And so when I come into my bed chambers, I am that person. And it's not just throwing on lingerie that takes 10 minutes. Sometimes, yes, you want a quickie, but I'm talking about our theme. I'm talking about becoming and encompassing yourself with that person. It's not about the things, it's about who you become and who you want to be. And, I always tell my women that everything starts mentally first, but that's what we do is we start with the mental and we prepare and then we can become that person. So when I tell my women it's not a 5-minute job, it takes me hours to put things together. Sometimes it takes me 2 hours just to do my hair and my makeup, and when I choose my items I put them on, but I do them all on with intention. So in closing, as you feed yourself this diet that I'm telling you to feed yourself with. You're going to do it slowly, intentionally. And as you feed yourself your, your texts and the things that you read and the things that you say and the things that you put on you and the things that you become, and as you become that person, as you enter into your bed chambers and through that night, your bed chambers becomes so full of fire and so full of passion and so full of lust and love and all these things that you're bringing into your bed chamber, that it becomes the very fires of God that show up as you become one flesh, one spirit, in unity, spirit to spirit, soul to soul, flesh to flesh, in your bed chambers. And that's what I wish for you.